We're hitting the live button. I got to get one more. I got to get my Instagram up.
Well, we're live, so Chris, good morning.
Good morning. Beautiful day in God's paradise.
Another beautiful day.
Another beautiful day God has gifted us. It's all working the way it's supposed to, always.
So I'll just announce that we're doing our goal. We're making our goal of 1,000 Kiltz health coaches. So please, if you have any questions, you can sign up on drkiltz.com, or if you have any questions, you can email me. I just wanted to say that quick. And then our giveaway today is a KMT Kiltz Mighty Tribe shirt, t-shirt. There you go. You can play too, Chris, if you like.
And Chris Meredith here with us
into the chat
today. He's up early and he's off coffee. So thank you.
It's a good combination. Thank you for having me.
It's not easy to get up. It's not easy to get up so early, and it's hard to give up coffee for sure.
But hot bone broth, it helps. It helps. The funny thing is, I think it's more association with just something cozy in the morning.
Well, I either meat stock, bone broth, some herbal tea. Those are good transitions. There was who was on this morning before we were up. It's Karen Harju was talking about. Karen's talking about coffee makes blood sugar go up. Any advice for getting past the horrible headaches about 4 p.m. caffeine withdrawal? What are your thoughts on that, Chris?
Well, I've cut out coffee before, just for a week or 2 or 3 here and there, and I've never had a headache until just day one. I had a horrible headache. Started about 4 p.m., 5 p.m. It lasted until I went to sleep. I woke up the next day, gone. Haven't had it since. So, really, it's just hydrate, tough it out, and have some sort of other hot beverage in its place. That's, I don't want to say lesser evil, because I don't think coffee is evil, but, something that doesn't have caffeine to stimulate the nervous system. And then, just give it a day. You'll be fine.
And let's see, who is this? Mountain Kingus 2 says, I get rid of caffeine withdrawal by drinking just another cup of coffee. but I think it's the social comfort and connections of coffee, tea, warm water, a little lemon, a little electrolytes, some salt, bone broth. For a lot of people, it's you go from caffeinated and you transition to decaffeinated, and then you transition to warm water. Things like that. You could, even our electrolyte mix, which has a little bit of stevia in it, but it's sort of the transitions that we're working on. But what's the harm of coffee, do you think, Chris?
Let's say that I owned a training studio for 10 years. During that time, 16-hour days, 6 days a week. The day off on Sunday was an 8-hour day. At that point, you have big months that are great where you're like, wow, I'm in the black. You've got other months that you're worried about, like, where your next meal comes from. So it was feast and famine. In that feast and famine, stress was very high. And I've been carnivore because I suffer from, skin issues. Eczema is a big one. And during those stressful times, you're running on cortisol all the time. Cortisol is good in small doses, but when it's all the time, it has some negative side effects. And one of those was I started getting really dry, patchy skin all over the place. And, you get big dry patches on the side of your face, and then people are like, oh my God, did you get in a car accident? Are you okay? And so, having caffeine, it can be good in doses here and there, but when you have it all the time, you tend to already be in this stressed out state, and then add that to it, and it just keeps your cortisol high all the time, and you start seeing these dry patches of skin a lot more frequently. And when you're in a state of constantly amped, you never really go into the autonomic, rest and digest. You're just always going, And eventually you burn out if you don't change gears. So I cut out the coffee for that, give it a month, see what it does. If I don't notice any difference, coffee's coming back.
Yeah, I did it for 2.5 years, and I did it for like 6 months. I went on a month, but off again for 2 years ish, and I'm pretty good at on and off now. I can't say that I found a difference ultimately, but it was powerful to be able to give something up. You know, that's again, it's carnivore fasting. Dr. Nelson did 22 days of no food, which is amazing. Oh, wow. He's going to do 40 soon, January maybe. And
40 days. Woo.
We're setting him up. We're going to say he's a master at fasting. You know, he's got a mindset that's powerful, but all of us do. And, you know, we're on a 5-day fast right now because I really think the reset is really powerful. Tell us, maybe you can open up with your story again, you know, how you got into this carnivore coaching space, how young you are, where do you live, and what's your why?
All right. Well, first, before I do that, I just wanted to say that all that fasting is why this guy looks so young in the bottom right. It's looking good. So Chris Meredith, I'm 45. I've been carnivore about 21 months now, if I did my math right. If I didn't do the math right, it's somewhere just about 2 years, just under. You know the myth that parents say, when you turn 40, it all goes downhill. Just wait till you hit 40. You think you're a young buck now, think you're invincible. You hit 40, it's all over. I hit 40 and I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I think everybody was wrong. I hit 41 and I was like, oh God, it's true. I was just behind the times. And I started having all kinds of inflammation issues. It felt like my back was fusing, like all of my thoracic spine, sitting upright, having good posture actually hurt, turning my neck and head to the side. Some days it worked, some days it didn't. Wrist pain, elbow pain, knee pain, low back pain, and patchy skin. And those are some of the big ones. But what really put me over the edge to look into carnivore was I started getting addicted to chocolate chip cookies from Safeway. And I loved them. And, you know, I could have them one a week and I'd be fine. And then somewhere in the holidays, it got to the point where, like, all the month of December, I had a cookie a day. If I didn't have a cookie in the freezer, I'd go to Safeway. Later on, it became not just driving to Safeway. It became, oh, hey, you know what? I've been in bed for 2 hours. I'm really wanting that cookie. And I'd get out of bed, go get dressed, and drive to Safeway. One day, I drove to Safeway, and there was no cookies.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Oh my God, you know, Home Alone face. There's no cookies. So I pulled out my phone and I searched like Safeway near me. And I drove 5 miles to get to another Safeway. I saw that they had cookies. So I ended up buying like 5 or 6 packages of cookies, and there are 2 cookies per package and they're about this big. So I drove really far, got all those cookies, got back home like, all right, I'll eat one and then I'll have one every night for the next 10 days, 12 days, whatever it is. In the morning, I woke up to a whole bunch of cookie wrappers laying on top of me, on top of my blanket. I went to the fridge, I went to the freezer.
You ate in your sleep and didn't realize it?
I ate all of the cookies.
But did you know you were doing that?
I would say I knew I was doing that for the first 4 cookies.
Oh, wow.
Then you messed that up.
Yeah, I just turned into a robot, and I may have had a chocolate smudge on my face.
Oh,
and so, you know, to me, it was, I mean, kind of like what Dr. Kiltz was saying, it's powerful to give something up. But when you're addicted to cookies and you'll wake up at night and go drive to 2 different stores to find them, especially because, you know, I was a gym owner and a personal trainer, right? I'm telling people, you know, you've got to grind hard. You're going to have cravings. You got to push through it, man up, you know, whatever. It doesn't really feel very authentic when you're driving to the 2 stores to get cookies. And so I looked into carnivore My wife actually suggested, hey, you know what? Why don't you do carnivore with me? And I was like, okay, let's see. Carnivore coaches, carnivore, lifestyle. And I got a bunch of Dr. Kiltz videos. I got a bunch of Dr. Chafee videos. I got a bunch of Sean videos. And with all of that, I just did like 5 hours of video watching on YouTube one day. And like, okay, cool. I think I need everything. I know everything I need to get started with it. 1 week in, I was driving to work, and work now. I drive to people's homes and personal train them inside. And I was doing a head check to change lanes, and I did the head check, and I was like, wait a second, that didn't hurt. Moving here, moving here, moving here. I started whipping my head around like, hey, you know what? My neck doesn't hurt. For the first time in 2 years, my neck doesn't hurt. And it was just like, okay, I'm doing this for at least 30 days. And then at 30 days, I was like, why wouldn't I do it for 90? At 90, I'm like, you know what? I thought I'd get tired of steak. No. So I've got a freezer full of beef, and I don't see any reason to go back. I feel too good. As for the carnivore coaching, when you feel, you go to see a movie and you're like, wow, that was a great movie. You don't just keep it to yourself. You go tell everybody like, hey, you got to go see this movie. It's amazing. With carnivore, it was the same thing. And, a lot of people are like, well, you got to be careful with all that protein because, it's bad for your kidneys while they're sipping a scotch. Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny because, eating meat sounds like the simplest thing in the world. And you would think that through your experiences, everybody would just be like, that's a great idea. I'm so happy for you. Everyone wants to talk you out of it while they're dealing with their health things and talking about high blood sugar and out of control, issues that all they got to do is just stop eating all the crap, start eating fatty meat. But, so I figure there's a place for it. Me being a coach with 25 years experience, I know that people are a little bit slow to do things that they should do for their health. They need a lot of education. They need a lot of reminders, more reminders than anything else, and social proof. So I figured, you know what, I should probably start educating some people on this. And to do that, of course, I keep educating myself with watching you guys and all the big pillars in our community.
Awesome.
Did I answer the question, or did I just go off on a total tangent?
No, you
Completely
did.
total tangent to answer the question.
Okay.
What's good about it? We're here on total tangents. That what life is really all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
We think we're on the path, and suddenly we go into the weeds. But you hit it right, spot on.
Awesome.
It's sort of, what are the dangerous things we're doing in life today? I mean, is driving a car have some risk to it, or walking the streets? I mean, I walk on the roads. There's no real sidewalk. No matter what, there's always some risk. Almost got hit by a bicycle the other day, walking in the hills. And is coffee a measurable risk compared to many other things that we do? Do you think?
I mean, life, like you said, is tangents. It's about what's the lesser evil anymore. I mean, you go walk down the street in Seattle, you could get mugged, you can get shot. You could drink coffee, be amped a little bit, run away from the mugger. You just have to pick your battles. I mean, a lot of people, they'll look at something and say, gosh, you know what? I'm losing track at this early hour in the morning, what my brain wants to say. But people will choose, like I said, somebody was drinking an alcoholic beverage, telling me I got to watch out for meat because it's dangerous for your kidneys. And we all know that's nonsense. But, at the same time, that person's having alcohol
while eating their pizza.
Yeah. And, so, I mean, there's a lot of vices out there. I used to count macros all the time, and I would get really lean, get in shape for a bodybuilding show. And then I would go and binge because I was depriving myself for 2 months, 3 months going into these things. And it's like, well, is binging good for you? Probably not. But during those dieting times, something that helped me keep on track was having like a diet soda. Diet soda is not healthy. Regular soda is not healthy. How bad is coffee compared to that? I'd rather have the coffee. At least it's natural.
Yeah, I feel so. Aaron MW, as a nurse, it's hard going through the discharge instructions for a cardiac diet. So for us keto carnivores, that the dietary recommendations of all health systems pretty much seems to be one of the biggest killers. When you do your coaching, do you focus on the dietary stuff first, or is it sort of a whole encompassing concept that brings people into a realignment for understanding the human body?
That's a great question. Number one, I think everybody is different and everybody is in that different stage of the journey. Some people are more willing to just, hit me with all of it. I want to do that. And so I try to hit the overarching stuff. Let's talk about cutting out the junk. Some people, it's like, hey, you know what? Just eat a steak despite eating, vegetables and carbs and all those things. Start by eating a little bit more meat and then replace some of those carbs with it. I personally love results fast. So I absolutely love working with the people that are like, hey, you know what? I've done carnivore before, got some good results, and then I stopped doing it. Don't know why. And then just try to fill in the blanks for them. Try to make it enjoyable. Give them a little bit of variety. But I want to throw in, here's the stuff that you do for your nutrition. But first and foremost, hormones are regulated by our circadian rhythm. And so many people wake up and the first thing they do is they start looking at screens, which I'm doing today, but for a good cause. It's screens are part of our lives, but when you get that report and it says you were on your phone for 5.5 hours yesterday or every day for the last week, it's like, okay, so I'm taking in all this blue light, which is jacking up my circadian rhythm. And then at night, I'm taking in more blue light, either from a TV or a cell phone or a computer. I'm never really getting the right hormonal balances. I'm not really having a waking cycle and a sleeping cycle. I'm just kind of zombified all throughout the day. And then during the night, I'm in low level sleep. And so working with people on their circadian rhythm, because that helps to reset leptin and ghrelin.
Are we physiologically, biologically, and anatomically different? Or are we really all essentially the same and we're working to help people realign with our nature?
Yes, that one.
Because everyone says we're all different, but we're not. We're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And we're working to help people align. We all have our different belief systems. And so changing our programming of propaganda that we've all been living with for hundreds, if not thousands of years, but certainly in our lifetimes, we get so propagandized. And in some way, I think there's a sense that we're weak and meek and we can't do it. What are your thoughts on sort of like we all come in with the mindset, well, this is hard and I can't do it, rather than, well, hard is what you're born for, and absolutely you can do it because last I looked, you have the DNA of a human being.
Yep. Yeah. So the way I approach that a lot of the time with clients, one guy I said, hey, what's your biggest breakthrough this week? He says, when you said, I don't always want to do it, but I do it anyways. I wanted to talk myself out of a workout. And I said, well, my coach does it anyway. And you said we're built for hard. And that's true. Something that I have learned for, 45 years straight is life is hard. You simply have a choice every day to choose which hard you want. Do you want the hard of, I have to stick to my plan. I have to eat another ribeye, twist my arm. I have to wake up. I have to walk. I have to get some sunlight. I have to ground. I personally like the cold bath because it's exhilarating. It sucks when you first get in it, but the outcome more than outweighs, the suckiness of getting in for that first 30 seconds and not jumping out. And, the other part is I can feel older than I am. I can feel decrepit, or I can be weak, or I can be fat and frustrated with how I look in the mirror.
Or I could be fat and happy with how I look in the mirror.
Yeah.
And joyful of what God gave you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. And it's all choices. And, every one of them's hard.
How often do you do the cold plunges or whatever you do?
Cold plunges, I generally do 4 days a week.
You do any sauna?
I have a red light sauna. I built one, and then we moved, which is really sad because I couldn't take it with me because it was not one of those portable ones. So we got a portable red light. And then I've got a hot tub next to the cold tub because heading into the winter months, it gets a little bit hard to get out of it. It's like you think it's cold in the cold tub, and then you get out into the cold air. That's gnarly.
Oh, wow.
So then you hop into the hot tub, and maybe it's not perfect, but it's a heck of a lot better than nothing.
I have a question for you because I brought this up in the chat. So you were mentioning like looking at your phone at night or watching TV at night. And I'm like, everyone needs to get a projector and just like have your projector on your wall. You don't get the blue light because you're looking at images on a wall. You're not getting the blue light from the screen. And then that's always my tip when people ask me, because if I want to watch a movie or something at night, I do it out there. Where the projector is. But someone said, what about those blocking glasses? And I'm like, well, you're still getting the light. Even if it's not directly to your eyes, you're still getting it on your body. What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's again, it's better than nothing. If you have the glasses versus not, you're going to be blocking out some of it. But if you can just have natural light, I mean, what did we do? One of my wife's favorite shows, Little House on the Prairie. Mm-hmm. Why did she love it? Personally, I grew up, and it was on TV, and I'm like, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to go play. But they had candles. They had stories. They played musical instruments. Mm-hmm. They didn't overstimulate watching a CGI film where, there's explosions and things that are, because I mean, even if there's no blue light, if there's a bunch of explosions and you're like, oh, there's going to be some stimulating going on there. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, try to get back to nature. Watch the sunset. It's actually really relaxing. It's cathartic. And then you'll fall asleep a lot faster. I started getting up and first thing when the sun's coming up, go out for a walk for 30 minutes. And suddenly, like within 3 days, sun's starting to set. And I'm like, oh, I'm starting to fade. I'm falling asleep. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, I haven't felt like falling asleep at sunset for, I don't know, since I was a kid. But suddenly, like waking up, getting that light in the morning has just, it's got me naturally getting tired. It's like my body's producing hormones to fall asleep or something. It's crazy.
Well, that's kind of exactly what's going on, right? You sort of reset your circadian rhythm by exposing your eyes as early as you can to sunlight.
Exactly. And then the other half, just turn off those screens at night.
Yeah.
Because they'll be there tomorrow.
You're not going to die. You're not going to die, and the world's not going to end.
Or you can go to your doctor, get a prescription for medication to help you sleep, get hooked on it, and still not be willing to do the things that you need to do to fall asleep. Natural.
Yeah. And then you have to keep paying for it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
I need to make one quick announcement. I just remembered that I didn't say at the beginning. I put in the pinned comments, we're going to have the meetup. We're going to in November at Hack Your Health, Friday, November 14th, 7 p.m. Terra de Gaucho. It's a Brazilian steakhouse. Just put your name on the list so we can reserve the tables. You're paying for your own meal. We're not selling tickets for this event, but just come and eat dinner with us.
What's an estimated price?
It's like probably 65 a person at the Brazilian Steakhouse.
Well, yeah. And you know, again, we're gonna reserve it. So we need you to like, hey, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna be there.
That's why I put the
yeah.
RSVP list in
Please,
pinned comments
please.
and in the chat or below, so you can sign up for that.
Bevy Girl on Instagram. Dr. Kiltz, you mentioned on your walk that you're eating a little different now. Fish because of blood results. A little bit because of some test results. My CAC score went from 700 to 800. My CT angiogram noted a little bit more plaque, good blood flow, good heart function. And I do have high cholesterol levels, LDL, and all those things. But ultimately, I'm being a little bit more softer and inclusive of fish. And I haven't done the chicken yet, but maybe some chicken, like those sort of things. But just softening the story a little bit.
Great. We got some questions. Here, Dr. Nelson, you can answer this one. Good morning, everyone. I will be back in 30. Anyone know of a live in the afternoon? Struggling at work, trying to get the hang of carnivore. Dr. Nelson, do you know of a live stream in the afternoon?
Kiltz Health is doing a live stream with Dr.
Nelson.
Yeah.
3 p.m. today. We need to put a thumbnail there, by the way.
We will. I just had to go back on
it's
Sally,
YouTube live. It should be in the calendar on YouTube so it's Tuesday, Thursdays.
Tuesdays, Thursdays with Dr. Nelson
and Kiltz Health Live, and Kiltz may show up if Dr. Nelson lets me. And don't forget the Kiltz Health Keto Carnivore course that Dr. Nelson is spearheading with Alia and getting that available for everyone. And the whole intention here, infinite health coaches. That's the whole intention here. So everyone takes control and maybe could start teaching the doctors, the good doctors, as our good friend, Gary Mann likes to say.
He does say that. Kim Morrow, before I forget, I saw the list of speakers for Hack Your Health. Who are you all excited to hear speak? I'm excited to hear Dr. Kiltz speak at Hack Your Health.
And we're putting in a post that we get Dr. Nelson there next year to also talk about fasting.
Fasting.
He's the king of fasting, for sure. And don't forget, at 7 a.m. Eastern time, what follows Kiltz Mighty Tribe?
Old Guy Carnivore.
Old Guy Carnivore, Mitch. And don't forget, Taming the Beast Within, his book on Amazon. And go to Dr. Kiltz on Amazon, and we're going to have all the links to all the books and things that we think are favorable and inspiring. And the same thing with Dr. Kiltz. Go right to our website and tell us what book inspires you. You know, what things you're reading, listening to, and what are the things in your life that have been hard and have helped. And how much does it cost to be a member of Kiltz Mighty Tribe, Dr. Nelson?
Oh, it's very expensive. It's free.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You have to give up your email address on signing up. If you're not a member, go to drkiltz.com and sign up. And also the link is in the description.
Hack Your Health. Go to drkiltz.com. Everyone, sign up. Come to Hack Your Health. Volunteer with Kiltz Mighty Tribe. We're going to be all connecting again at the 20. What was the date of the dinner? Friday?
14th.
Friday night, so the 14th at 7. Terra de Gaucho is a Brazilian steakhouse. It's like 11 minutes away from Tampa Convention Center.
So let's get everyone showing up at Hack Your Health 14th, 15th, or 13th, 14th, 15th?
It's 14th or 16th.
14th, 15th, 16th.
Yeah.
Which really, really fantastic. Again, another great way. And then we're going to be working on 4 Kiltz Mighty Tribe meetups annually around the country. So excited about that. And I'll be going to England next year. I'll be going to Australia next year. And we're going to have Dr. Nelson get his passport.
So he can go with you. Just go to the post office today, Dr. Nelson. It's very simple. Okay.
He's afraid to go to the post office because they've already got his picture up there. All right. Chris.
Trouble.
Yeah, trouble.
So Gianni's having poop problems. She's saying sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's watery. I guess it's not normal. And is fasting bad for constipation? Chris, would you like to take those?
I'll be right back, everyone. I'll be back.
Sure, hit me with the poop question. Yeah, things I wish I knew when I started carnivore. If you're just starting, your body will probably normalize. But generally, you're either eating too much fat or not enough fat. Too much fat equals very runny, and not enough equals it's not coming out. I have noticed also that when you have too much electrolytes, too much sodium can definitely make it runny. So you really just want to probably journal how much fats you're eating every day and note how your stool is coming out on those days when you are higher fat or lower fat or higher sodium, lower sodium. And you're going to find a rhythm with that. I do believe the good doctor wants to add to that.
I just wanted to, the question actually is fasting bad for constipation?
That was one of her 3 comment
Oh,
questions. So this is the last one. Yeah.
So
Well,
is
what do you
fasting,
think?
I don't think it's bad for constipation. Honestly, it, don't go for a 3-day, 5-day fast and then suddenly break it with a ribeye. You're going to break it with like bone broth or meat stock or something that's super easy to turn the machinery back on. Otherwise your comeback from the fast will be in constipation.
Unless you're Dr. Nelson.
He's built for this.
Sorry. But yeah, I agree. Bone broth, egg, something simple. But Dr. Nelson broke his 20-day fast with a ribeye, right?
Woo!
16-ounce bone-in ribeye.
Nice. It's pretty hardcore.
Let's see. There's another
Black and
comment
blue.
question. Let's see. Karen says,
We
my
have
fasting.
a very similar cup.
You do,
Mhm.
yes.
It's the best shape.
Karen says, my fasting blood sugar is over 200. Bad food choices. Might not be coffee, but blood sugar goes up 100 points from 3 a.m. Or 4 a.m. I guess there's a question there about cortisol.
Well, it's not, we can buy the cortisol, but there's more issues there. I did answer her.
Oh, you answered in the chat. Okay.
If you want to find the comment, but
Let's see.
First, Chris, why don't you take this first before I say anything? Fasting blood sugars are over 200. She does have a spike, I guess, between 3 and 4 a.m. in the morning.
Well, there are a lot of things that could be going on. 3 a.m. is technically called the witching hour. I don't exactly know why that is, but it sounds like there's a little voodoo going on here. Circadian rhythm, when your body starts waking up, your blood sugar does increase naturally. That seems like a lot of points at that hour of the morning, though. It usually doesn't hit until closer to sunrise. I mean, there's probably some insulin resistance. There's, as she said, she kind of answered it with bad food choices. Coffee could be part of it, but not the whole thing. But I have found I'm one of those people that when I drink coffee, my blood sugar does go up. And when I'm in deep ketosis, I don't get much more than like 0.3 or 0.4. So my blood sugar usually is pretty high, and it does spike a little bit when I have coffee, but I don't know that it was 100 points because I haven't measured that for a long time. I would start looking into circadian rhythm, honestly. Get up in the morning, ground yourself, because that does naturally de-stress. In the world of tech, all of this stuff with way different megahertz than we're supposed to be programmed at, the earth carries a resonance, and we need to tap into that. So I have a diabetic client who, funny thing was, I talked about grounding, and he was like, nah, that sounds like weird voodoo stuff. And then maybe a year later or 6 months later, something like that, he says, hey, you know what? I found this great thing. It's called grounding. I go outside in the morning with barefoot, and my blood sugar doesn't go up as much. I'm like, huh, wow, that's so cool that you discovered that. I don't need credit, but you're doing it, so keep doing it. But he noticed that his blood sugar, it still went up first thing in the morning, but it actually leveled off a lot sooner, just from getting out and grounding. And
is glucose meant to be level, or is it meant to have a spike when you eat food and then drop down? That's the normal glucose.
Yeah, but fasting over 200 in the morning is not normal.
Well, again, but morning fasting for most people, what you mean, 5 days of fasting or overnight fasting?
Overnight, in the morning,
Right.
Your blood sugar shouldn't be 200.
Well, but remember, most people are eating how many meals a day?
Yeah, but
3 to 6 meals. I just want to bring this point to everyone. Because your gut is full of food, the day you're born to the day you die, insulin resistance is liver damage, hepatogenous diabetes, by the way. And so as long as you have food in your gut all the time, you're putting sugar in your bloodstream all the time, insulin's up all the time, and you're going to do more liver damage, which is going to cause more elevated glucose and insulin levels. So that's why Dr. Nelson's multiple day fasting and 1 meal a day is one of the most amazing things you could ever do.
Next question.
And last thing, if she hasn't been at the Zoom calls, come to the Zoom calls. We can talk more about
Monday, 5:30 p.m. for one. When else?
Tuesday and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And is everyone invited in the universe?
Everyone's invited in the universe.
Yes.
And how do they get to the Zoom link?
Depends what level they've signed up for, but it's there in the Kiltz Mighty Tribe. And
so the Tuesday, Thursday, 3 p.m. is it a special?
That's
a live stream in YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Right. Okay. And then the other Zoom meetings are
5:30 Tuesdays and Thursday at tiers above the basic one.
Right. So the free level is Monday at 5:30 p.m. for everyone that joins Kiltz Mighty Tribe, and that link is in KMT. And then the level, what's the level for joining the other?
There's a $10 a month for Tuesday, and then there's a $30 a month, and you get all 3 Zoom calls.
Okay.
There you go.
Again, Mondays for free. Tuesday is $10, and to get all 3, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, it's $30 a month.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Plus they get other bonuses.
Yeah.
What are the bonuses?
The 30-day to carnivore course and the Kiltz's Keto book. Kiltz's Keto is carnivore book.
All right. Awesome.
And 10% discount on all merch for everybody.
Yeah. Good. Again, and Chris, maybe you could talk a little bit about this. To get coaching, individual coaching or group coaching, or even work in the get some direction in the gym, what's that investment for people?
It varies from person to person based on level. I have clients that are just part of the community of men 40 plus, and that is depending on how they get there. anything from 47 a month to 97 a month. If it is one-on-one high-level coaching where we have, our weekly check-ins, they've got the accountability type stuff. I map out every inch of their program for them, hold their hand through it. That could be, I've got a lot of clients that are paying $3,000 and above. Those
for
are
the year or month?
Oh God, $3,000 a month.
Well, I asked the question. You didn't say, so it's simple.
No, I know it. $3,000 a month. I was just thinking like, cha-ching, but that would be no. So it's more 3,000 for 12 weeks, and it's a highly intensive course to have massive transformation. And beyond that, it just kind of depends on what the person needs at that point in time.
Is that an investment into our health and wellness?
Absolutely.
What does a GLP-1 cost per month?
Oh gosh, you know what? I've heard a lot of different answers to this.
Over 1,000.
What?
Over 1,000 a month.
Right. So in essence, $12,000 a year for a GLP-1, or it sounds like the 3,000 quarterly equates to a similar, and in essence, rather than a drug, you're getting some dedicated direction from an expert, and that's an investment into our health and wellness.
Yeah, and the whole point of GLP-1 is when you're in an emergent state and you need to lose weight now, get on this to get started, make it easier. But then while you're doing that, change your habits. Because if you don't change the habits, you're always going to need that stuff.
Well, and so in essence, your investment into the dedicated coach and direction is more valuable than the GLP-1.
Absolutely.
And I think I was listening yesterday, we were talking about motion. Now, again, I'm not talking about excessive exercise, but being part of humanity, which is go to work every day, use your body, your muscles. That's what it's all about, which builds up GLP-1 like substances in your body, which when you're exercising, you're moving, you're lifting, you're inspired, your appetite goes down.
Yeah, when people exercise, they eat better naturally.
And I, getting back
sleep
to
better.
Everything better, right? And so really coaches, and that's why Kiltz Health coaching program, we're going to be working with in our coaches, both individual and group coaching on all aspects, and a referral even for Chris and what he's doing. Again, we're all linking together, but our investment in our healthcare. I mean, how much money do people spend on overeating, on tobacco and alcohol and bad food and even excessive drinks of energy drinks and things like that. What
massive, uncountable amount, billions of dollars every year spent on that stuff.
Or things you don't need, fancy this and that, where again, the most valuable, irreplaceable entity is your human Ferrari Temple body.
Yeah, because when you get out of your actual expensive car, you still have to carry yourself in your body. You're stuck with it.
Tell us a little bit about mindset and other areas that you bring into play, whether it be books or things to listen to or podcasts. Do you have any other areas that you think are important for all of us?
Yeah, I mean, there's circadian rhythm, there's the exercise, there's the nutrition. Mindset is the glue that holds it all together. And, when I owned a gym, we ran 6-week challenges. People would lose a whole bunch of weight. And then some of the people it stuck, like 10% of the people it stuck, they kept doing the things. And 90% of the people just went, oh man, that was really tough. I got to get back. I got to take a week off. And when they took that week off, they lost momentum. And the mindset shift was going from this is my goal to this is who I am. Identity is everything, and identity dictates what our actions do. And if we are that person that hit our goal and we're like, cool, I hit it, I rang the bell, I'm done. Now I can get back to real life. Like that's the mindset of somebody that's going to be stuck losing weight, gaining it back, losing weight and gaining it back. And so, I am a fit person that works out 4 to 5 days a week. I don't eat vegetables because I get better results with meat. I don't need cookies because I have a steak. Those are all identity things that help us to keep doing it. If we don't change the identity and we just have a weight goal, then we're lost. We have to have the identity of a fit person.
And it's everyday practice, building the habits into our day every day. I'm trying to think about what animal says, oh, it's Sunday, we're off. Or it's Saturday. Or like, I'm going to go hunting 3 days a week for food and the other 4 days. Well, wait a minute. Does any other animal know the day of the week?
I don't think so.
It might know the seasons of life, right? Based on the sunlight and other parts of their environment. But ultimately, we're just we're masterfully manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
We're explorers explore. They exploit the exploitable, which is essentially all of us. And ultimately, we become either enslaved or enlightened. And we become either the master or the slave ourselves. And ultimately, we're all truly the masters. And having that mindset of the master is what really it's a master class of life. And through mind, meat, and motion, we build our most masterful existence.
Absolutely.
Something like that.
Well said.
Dr. Kiltz, Chris Brandon would like to know if you do mental therapy sessions.
All
He's
day
having
long.
some relationship issues.
The best thing I can do is do therapy every day.
Every time he deals with Dr. Nelson and Alia.
Oh my God, get me the therapist. But you ever notice that therapists always want to keep you in what's wrong?
Yeah,
rather
let's go
than
with what's
seeing-
right.
Seeing
What's
the beauty
good.
of all of it every day.
Let's do what's right. Let's focus
Yeah.
on what's good about people.
And
make
I'm
that
working
better.
to see whether or not I'm going to get to Chris Brandlin's thing, which I think is on a date I'm somewhere else, isn't it?
There's a Chris Brandlin thing happening this weekend, I thought. Chris Brandlin, please put it in the chat. I saw it
Yeah, I can't
yesterday.
remember what Chris is. He sent me something, and I think I got so many other places to be. And then I'm going to Lisbon, Portugal, and Barcelona, Spain.
Oh, wow. You are all
wow.
over the place, man.
I'm all over the place. Next
You
week,
definitely have to try their steak there, though. You have to try it. I know you're
I have
really
had it. I don't
fans.
try. I do.
Okay.
I do. I have steak everywhere. I'm not only on fish now, by the way. I'm still a meat eater.
Oh, he says 1025. I think you're in Mont Blanc.
Yeah, I'm in Mont Tremblant, the 25th, and so that was promised a year ago or something. So that's what Scott Everson, and we got to get more people to show up.
We do. I'm gonna check and see if we have more questions.
Chris, do you do any meetups where you will personally show up, invite people, or just where do you travel to connect with more and more brothers and sisters in the keto carnivore space?
Yeah, so we don't have anything organized yet, because ultimately I've just been personal training small, like couples here and there around my house. So I drive to people 3 days a week. In the interim, though, that is somewhere in the future, because today or tomorrow, I should be actually starting the book launch for the Primal Shred Protocol, which is pretty cool. Primal Shred Protocol. It's basically the book about my.
Put it in the chat, please.
It's in the description, but I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Yeah.
I'm putting it right there. Right now.
It's a write your story, write your book, share it around, and keep writing every day, and keep sharing, keep producing, and eventually we're all on our way to food and fertilizer for some other entity.
True.
Usually it's a bug or a plant first.
Yep. And so once the book is all launched and we are building momentum in that, there will be some meetups. Speaking of meetups, before I forget, I will be at Hack Your Health. So
Yay!
count me in for the restaurant as well, +1.
Oh, awesome. I'll send you the link. And then you and your +1 need to get a free shirt at the booth. You just have to sign up for the Mighty Tribe and you get a free shirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just cost me an email address.
Yeah, it just costs you an email address. That's right.
Well worth it.
Yeah. We got Roxanne, we got Brenda, we got Mary, William, Terry, Desiree, Christopher, Brenda, Desiree, got that. These are all Kiltz Mighty Tribe members on the KMT. Live this morning, 30 people. Thank you. We got 15 live right now on Dr. Kiltz Instagram. And today's day 2 of a 5-day fast. Dr. Nelson may do 7. He may do 22. We don't know.
I'm doing 6.
Okay. Dr. Nelson's doing 6 days of fasting. And we got Middle of a Forest here on Instagram. Tamar Toe. Many other people just showing up. Even for a minute, you just keep moving. Say hi. Keep going. Grab the baton. That's what we're doing. It is. We're working to be on a journey of consistency. Chris, when you say that consistency is so important, and just showing up to the gym, I mean, how many people show up to the gym and just sit and watch everyone else?
A lot.
Really?
No. The people who show up. How many people do nothing that show up to the gym?
I see a lot of people that talk on their cell phone between sets, but they are
doing some work. Okay.
Yeah.
My point a little bit is, if you at least show up, you're likely going to do some work while you're there.
Yes.
So even though you're thinking, you just go, even if you're on your device, you're at least doing some heavy lifting.
Yeah, you're at least moving in the right direction.
Yes.
Until you're moving, you can't build momentum.
And so the motion is motivating. Zach Bitter. We got to get Zach Bitter on again, Alia.
Okay.
And get another one. Just get to the gym. Show up with Chris. When are you live on a social that everyone and anyone can watch?
The first one is not scheduled yet, but
okay.
I've got a group community on school, and the school community I'm going to have. God, I wish I could remember when I had scheduled it for, but it's the first coffee. I gave up coffee, so it's probably going to be bone broth and Q&A with Chris. But it'll be there. It'll be a monthly thing at first, and potentially weekly, depending on what the demand is for it.
Awesome.
Yeah, consistency. A lot of people fall into the perfection trap. Oh no, I wasn't perfect, so screw it. I'll start Monday again. Consistency beats perfection every time. 100%.
I'm the most imperfect person in the universe. Tia tells me every day, or my daughter tells me every day, or my employees tell me every day. Wait a minute. My mother used to tell me every day. She'd always tell my ex-wife, "Oh, he's just like rotten."
Oh no. I don't believe that for a second. Just to be around you, like I feel awake now.
Yeah, this is, again, it's simply take nothing personal. Always do your best. Be impeccable with your words. And what's the 4th agreement from Don Miguel Ruiz? The 4 agreements.
I don't know. It's another book I have to read.
Got to read the 4 agreements, and you got to read Paulo Coelho's book, The Alchemist. Another massively amazing book to listen to. So when you're in the gym, either listen to some music, but I always like to listen to a story that's going to be inspiring. Like Game of Thrones or Vikings.
Questions? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Chris Ovard, how do each of you handle TSA check-in with scanning and such? I just walked through the scanner. I don't make a big deal out of it. Sometimes if I feel like it, I'll say I'm pregnant. Only I can get away with that. How do they know?
They don't give you too much choice.
Yeah.
And then it depends if you're. Well, anyways, I end up being patted down almost every time because they stop me for one or another reason. So
well, they go through my bag every time in order
the last
to
time
check. Yeah, they check
they
to see
stopped me
whether.
for this.
Yeah.
Me too,
Yesterday.
How about you, Chris? Do you just walk through the scanners because we don't really have a choice?
I mean, I just walk through the scanner. I mean, the choice is try to catch a cab cross country, if you're going far. And oftentimes actually a travel hack is you can go to the meat counter at any grocery store and you can ask for dry ice. And I always bring food with me everywhere. Nowadays, I just bring my steaks frozen, but you can bring them in a cooler and they can be a carry-on. Like you
Nice.
just say, as long as it's frozen rock hard, they don't care.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Be impeccable with your words. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. And I always say, in essence, it's all personal, but you want to be personally positive, assume it's all good, and you're always doing your best, but we can always do better. And the word is the way, and always positive words. So Don Miguel Ruiz is written some really great books. If you haven't read his stuff, you must listen to it Audible. And if you haven't listened to The Alchemist, you must listen to it. Jeremy Irons is a great read.
Great. Next, let's see.
And one of the reasons I have done my 5, this is the 5 a.m. club, basically, Robin Sharma, but 5 a.m. somewhere, even though it's 6 a.m. now in Eastern time. But when I'm on the West Coast, I'm on at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. So, it depends where in the world, but showing up. And that's why I basically do the live. And now it's nice. I got Ali and Dr. Nelson hanging out with me too. So, and you, Chris. So it's always good. And then Sunday I do 10 a.m. and I don't do a live on Saturday. So
It's your
next
day off.
question, Alia, or comment?
Chuck asks, I'm really intrigued with dry fasting. Can you interview? Oh, I thought he was going to ask something else. Can you interview Dr. August Dunning? Sure. I will find
Absolutely. We're going to get him on the line.
And we're next month you're going to be interviewing in your podcast, like the major, what's his name? Dr. Jason Fung, all about fasting.
Oh yeah, Dr. Fung is amazing on fasting. Dr. Fung, I thought he's interviewing me, it looked like on that last note, but is the other way around or both?
Right now you're going to be interviewing him.
All right,
About
cool.
his new book.
Awesome.
Terry P. I got my labs back. HDL and LDL higher again. Is it the triglycerides that need to be lower? Dr. Nelson.
Yes.
Okay.
We don't know. This is the right answer, probably more than anything. The cause of death is your heart stops. Because as long as it's beating, you got a pulse, you're considered still alive, right, Dr. Nelson?
Last time I checked.
And there are instances where people have been sent to the morgue with a pulse.
That's not good.
Really?
100%.
Well, that was bad idea. I didn't realize this hour went by really, really fast. So we got to do the giveaway real quick. Let's see here. Congratulations to, let's see, is it going to be Dr. Kiltz again?
Well, if it's
Chris,
Kiltz, it's
your,
got to into your Instagram.
That's true. Libya, congratulations.
Yeah,
Libya.
Yay.
Awesome.
Email me,
Awesome.
please, your email, your address, your home address, and your shirt size, which I believe is probably small.
To
So-
who?
Libya Novak, to Alia at Dr.
Ali at drkiltz.com. Alia, no, Dr. Nelson at drkiltz.com.
Nelson.
Dr. Kiltz. Oh, Dr. Kiltz at drkiltz.com. That's how you get a hold of all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so who's on? Let's see. So in order to be on the let's see, we got, is it a 4:30? Oh, I'm on with George Good Enough for is it a live podcast? I don't know.
No,
you're going to be on his podcast.
Okay, and then what's on today
Oh, it's Tuesday. Old guy Mitch, lovely Mitch, will be our guest tonight.
Tonight at
5:30.
5:30 tonight.
Yes.
And in order to be on that, what does everyone have to do?
Simple, $10 a month. Simple.
So join level.
What's the name of the level, Alia?
Okay, so there's the free level, there's the basic level, and then there's the premium level. So it's free, $10, $30. There you go.
All right. So make that easy for people to go to KMT or drkiltz.com, sign in, sign up to be there. And remember, it's an investment in your life, and we will write you up your HSA prescription, because this is all health and wellness related, right? You should be able to submit it and use your HSA money, and we at Kiltz Health will help you with that.
I have to just Tim or Elke, whoever this is. Sally Norton is not today. She had a change of plans, but we have Dr. Anna Rosa with Dr. Nelson at 3 p.m. There you go.
And we're putting those on my schedule every day. But so when is Sally Norton on?
We will reschedule.
She didn't reschedule.
Oh, okay. We don't have that yet.
But,
all right.
Hey, Chris, thanks for hanging out with the circus this morning.
Thank you guys. Good to be part of it.
All right. Let's make sure we have links to Chris's stuff. Dr. Nelson, thank you. Alia, thank you. And everyone listening, again, Kiltz Mighty Tribe for free. Add to the levels. We'll see you in Tampa at Hack Your Health, and we'll have a link so you can all join us. Also, become a volunteer, and also we'll see you at the dinner on Friday the 14th. Right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, everybody. See y'all.
All right.